Hi everyone, my name is Leyla Radosta. Before I get into my reflections of the internship experience for professional practice fall 2024 with Professor Hans, I want to familiarize you all on the studio I've been working with. So for this semester, I was very fortunate to have been able to work with Maria Emilia Escudero. She currently owns Studio Maria, which is an architecture and design firm, and it does a little bit of both, a little bit of commercial and residential. So before acquiring her own practice, Maria graduated from the architecture program in RISD and worked in different design studios in Manhattan for many years. I'm her first intern and employee, so it's been a growing experience for the both of us. Our meetings were held mainly in Spanish. This was a very exciting aspect of this specific opportunity because while I am fluent, turning the switch from English to Spanish can sometimes be challenging. So I was able to learn new vocabulary that's specific to the trade and the industry, which has contributed to my professional goals of working with international studios. Since this internship was remote, a skill that I had to quickly adapt and hone was my scheduling and time management skills. While remote can allow for a lot of flexibility, this can be both a good and bad thing. You have to be very deliberate about your meeting times. You have to be very specific on how you can fit in certain meetings and certain time slots to tackle some of the tasks. Obviously, these are skills that are going to continue to be relevant in the professional world and in any kind of field. I think to life and to successful life, you have to learn how to be able to really manage your tasks and your to-do lists and just tackle one thing at a time. Another very valuable skill that I learned throughout this experience, and it's kind of general, is being able to adapt. So throughout the 4 years, we've all come up with our own ideas on how to organize our files, for example, or how to tackle a floor plan, how to organize the line weights. All of that, we've come up with our own methods, our own systems. I found that being very flexible and capable and able to adapt to a new system is key on exactly how your flow of work goes, on how familiar you are with where to find your files, how to name your files. That was key in the flow of how our meetings went and also how my work was beneficial to her, because if I had done a file and I had done all this work but then I maybe misplaced it in the wrong folder, that would not be helpful to my supervisor. So being able to adapt to new systems, familiarizing yourself as thoroughly as possible with methods on organization is a very vital skill that I learned. This leads me to a challenge that I had to overcome. There was an instance where I had worked really hard on an AutoCAD file, which was the existing conditions of a project that we were working on, and I accidentally saved it under the old project name, and I didn't update the file name, and then I uploaded it to our shared folder, and the work that I had done somehow got lost. So I overcame this. I was very disappointed in myself, but I now do better by double checking that I'm automatically, as soon as I'm opening up a new file and working on it, I'm updating the date of it, saving it as a new file, double checking when I'm uploading. It made me better and more thorough. The whole process of this internship has been learning and learning and learning. I've never had such a experience. Well, every job there's always things to learn of the trade, but something specific was I had to learn a new program like SketchUp. I had only been familiar with Rhino, so learning SketchUp was a challenge and it was completely new. I was able to have some tutorials from my supervisor, which I really appreciate, and I was able to, of course, familiarize myself a little bit more with SketchUp. As for taking an initiative and or playing a leadership role, since this internship is just me and my supervisor, I would say there is a lot of initiative that I take on the day-to-day. I always extend myself and ask her if she needs me to do more because I'm capable of doing more. And it's a pretty self-reliant role that I assume. So I would say I take an initiative on my day-to-day meetings with her, making sure that I am being helpful and being an asset to her work. Little by little, this is helping her familiarize with my capabilities, and I think it's helping her put more trust into the kind of tasks and assignments she gives me. which leads me to the project management reflection section. Recently, she assigned me to be part of the design process of a pool den. She is requesting me and assigned me to do FF&E sourcing and selection. So she expects a full floor plan, elevations, clippings, and information of the specific items that I intend and I envision for this pool den. So that is very exciting to be part of this design process, and who knows, maybe some of my decisions might be in the final product. So I'm very excited about this internship, and her and I have discussed it, and we're going to continue working together regardless of this professional practice course being done. I'd like to thank Hans for the incredible information, and also my peers, because I've learned a lot from them as well, and I'd like to wish everyone the best of luck.